no difference.
Paige, what are you on about?
And what Devon's doing,
I was named.
no difference.
I was named multiple times.
So was Devon in the comments. So was I.
What are you on about?
But I'm not going to sit down and run a live up now and make it not about EQ. Like
I didn't run a live. I was already live. What are you on about? I went live after
Alex,
Misread.
Talking about it. Are you camping or discussing Evil Keen's racism last night? Are you sitting there watching Devon talk about you?
Why should I? Yeah, here's a question for you.
Everyone cares about themselves until their name's mentioned. And I'm sorry, it's true. Me included. Me included.
You're not doing this in this live.
You're saying, why is everyone not talking about EQ? Why are you doing this? Why are you talking about that? But you're doing the same thing.
Do you know the last time?
We're all hypocrites then, no? Everyone sat here now is a hypocrite then.
Right, let me tell you now, right? You know what it is? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to just make it... The reason why I'm not mentioning Evil Queen is because the last time I held a space for black creators and people in the audience to come up into the boxes and speak how they've been affected by previous racism, I got branded saying, and dragged across the app saying, why is there a white guy hosting a live about racism? You know what I mean? I was targeted. So the
it must be really hard. It must be hard.
But you see, look here, you're patronising.
Oh, you make jokes. What's the difference?
Yeah, no, but the thing is, so my feelings are invalid. No, my feelings are invalid. Just because you want to be the most talkative in the room, the loudest in the room, doesn't mean...
I can't make a joke now, but you can make a joke in a blackface where people were crying about people saying the N-word.
Oh, but you never had an issue. You never
I thought it was quite funny, but I can't make a joke now in your space because it's about you.
No, you never had, like you said, you never had an issue last night about it. Now all of a sudden it's an issue.
No, but so why have you got an issue now?
Because you're literally talking about it. And I'm bringing it up.
No, I just said, oh, it must be hard. I made a joke, like you did yesterday, yeah?
But this is...
When in my box.
But you're joking about a situation. When I went in there and I started...
None of you have mods, shut up.
Sorry, when I jumped in there when I come in your live last night, the conversation was dying down a little bit, wasn't that?
No, are you joking?
Everyone was... Do you know what? I'll play the live when actually the boxes no one was talking.
It's on the Observer, guys. Go
and watch it on the Observer. Go and watch it on the Observer. When I jumped into the box last night, there weren't really much talking. It was people being quiet, and there was a couple of people talking.
Anyway, I only come in here to say about the blackface thing. That's actually all I come in here for, because I don't like people lying on or making... People say about, the race card all the time, the race card. So that works both ways. You can't put racism on someone when there's nothing even slightly happening. That's also offensive to black people. So Courtney and her blackface, I want to see the proof. I want to see the evidence because she never did it, and there was no darkening of a photo.
Yeah, here's one more thing before you go, Paige. Would you say context is key on every single thing that we talk about?
Context and relevance, not always, no. Sometimes just learning when to be a bigger person in terms of serious conversation.
Okay. No, I always think context is always key, right?
That's fine, but Alex, you can do that. That's okay.
So if I'm getting labelled a racist because of an account that I had called Congolese Alex, right? And Devon and everyone else was in them boxes when I was on
answer. I didn't know that.
Yeah, okay, right. And it was all to do with, everyone knows what it was about. Even Courtney knows about it. Devon was unfavourited with me laughing about it.
So this is Devon and Courtney's combo.
Yeah, but this is what I mean.
Done that.
But this is what I mean. Context is key, and it was all to do.
No, but it's not context. I didn't comment on that. I didn't know you did that. I haven't commented on you. I don't care a fuck about Congolese for all Jamaican Courtney. That's nothing to me. I'll be so real. That in the grand scheme of racism and what's actually being affected by people of colour on this app and in the real life, you being Congolese Alex and Courtney being Jamaican Courtney, that doesn't mean that. No, that's not what was important to me. I didn't care. I didn't mention that on you or on her because I don't think that's relevant. I don't get why you're asking me. I didn't say it. It's Devon. Go and ask Devon. I came in here about the blackface and then you've asked me 1,000 questions. I'm happy to admit it to you because we have had combos and we do talk. That's fine. But I'm not Devon. So what? I don't care that he was Congolese Alex. So if I don't care, why do I care about the context? Selective outrage. I'm a person of colour and people are screaming the N-word saying they're going to do this and that and lynch my children.
Talk about them then.
Selective. If I choose to care about Alex,
where's Courtney then in all this?
If I choose not to be Alex and care about Congolese Alex, but that means I'm selecting now my fucking blackness. Are you guys all right?
But the thing is...
You're all little followers. It's really sad. Little minion followers. Because as soon as... If Alex was on my side, you'd all love me.
No, difference of opinion, so that they're not irrelevant.
They would all love me, Alex.
But they're not irrelevant. They're different. Just because difference of opinion doesn't make them irrelevant.
They loved me, mate. They loved me when I was in it. When you liked me, when we was having a joke... All the comments were paying just, you're funny. And now, because they think I'm going against you, they don't like me. You're minions. And that's why I will never take heed. I'm not one of these people that fucking cares about a platform. I'm not going to take heed of you people in the comments. I'll be so real. Like, none of you actually pay my bills.
Well, Paige, the other time when they come for you was crying now.
Huh?
The last time when we was on this kind of live, well, when I was in this
About
live,
racism, yeah, because I don't
no,
like being
you
racist.
came up and you was like, everybody in the comments are thick anyway, so I don't care what they think. And then after, you were saying that nobody listens to you because you don't have a platform.
From this side, people know, people listen. I don't need, and I was crying. And do you know what made me think? I felt so stupid, NJ, because first and foremost, this is the internet. Why am I even thinking and getting upset and crying because some random people don't get my point of view or don't get my heart?
Mm-hmm.
That's so silly. So I got over that, NJ, very quickly. That was dumb of me. I don't need to be liked. And the art of like learning to not be liked or caring about not being liked is very big for the ego. It's very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good because when I'm not caring about what minions think, especially when I'm being racially gaslit, but I'm also getting called a jungle bunny in my fucking DMs and they're going to come and lynch my children, that's a bit more like, maybe I should get more upset about that instead of some comment, some random barber with no account, no followers and no picture saying that they don't want to be educated by me. And respectfully, I've also realised that no one has to listen to my education. You're not paying me and I'm not getting paid. Mm-hmm. So why do you think I need to educate you all for free? Why can't you all educate each other or the internet?
That's true. You can't educate ignorance.
I don't know. I don't need to educate anyone. No one has to take my education and no one has to listen. So when the same way I've stopped trying to do the educational thing, you stop fucking calling me out. What do you think about this?
If I'm going to be honest with you,
think about that? I think fuck all, mate.
You yourself, I'd actually probably listen to when it comes to education on black culture. But on black community and your experiences. But a lot of these people, I don't ever get this. A lot of your friends that are in these comment sections here and also in the actual boxes, I wouldn't listen to because their arguments are getting lost in transit.
You don't need to listen to anyone, and they don't need to be taken.
Exactly, then so they shouldn't be giving a shit about my opinion and my wording and whatever I say.
Just because you don't need to listen to anyone, does that mean that no one can be offended by anything ever? Then is that what we're saying?
Okay, was anyone offended last night in them boxes that when I come up?
I just said I got attacked. Just because I wasn't in the grand scheme of them, like in a big grand scale, doesn't mean that they can't be, Alex. We're not all the same people. We're not all the same black person. We're all the same brain. We're not all have the same
exactly. And I pointed that earlier in Devon's live when he was saying about talking about the black community, and I said you can only speak about your individual experiences, and if you're offended, you can't speak across the board. You can't.
Exactly. And he did that.
No, he never. No, he never. Devon was the one saying I'm basically talking about black people. You know, you can only speak about yourself and as an individual because there's a lot of people in my room and there was laughing. There was going, "Wow, go on, that's not bloody racist. I'm not going to find that offensive at all."
So why are you directing it towards me now? I'm not Devon.
No, but I'm just telling.
I'm literally not Devon. I can't answer for Devon. I don't know what you want me to do.
Well, Devon said he speaks for the whole black community, so I was just like, you know.
Well, I'm telling you that he doesn't. The same way I don't. When everyone's pressuring me, what's your opinion on this? What's your opinion on that? People want to sit there and say Paige not the face of race, but you all fucking run to me and pressure me in lives to try and like antagonize me. To be like, what do you think of this then? What do you think of that then? I thought I won. I thought you didn't care. Why are you all asking me in comments?
It was like last night. Like I know it weren't nothing to do with you, and it weren't nothing to do with obviously Alicia pointed out. There was people that was coming in that was normally I don't know who the person's people was, but they tried to make the live about Hayley comment, did they not?
In the comments, and what did me?
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It was corrected straight away, and this goes to show.
Shut up about I've run people's name through the mud. Shut the fuck up. Anything I've said, this lady said just the same backwards. It's just tit for tat at this point. No one's gone and screamed at each other or tried to bring people down. I haven't sat doing hate lives every fucking day. When people brought it up, even today, I've got screenshots of where someone's cussing out Hayley in the comments and the kids, and I'm literally going mad at them and I've blocked them because why are you bringing up kids? So this is the narrative you don't need to stop doing, grouping every fucking one together. A bunch of girls may have had an issue with Hayley. What the fuck's that got to do with me? Because I had 3 opinions. And you're trying to drag it out of me now.
Paige, what was your stance on that though? Was you having conversations with Hayley Comment's daughter making the comment?
Yeah.
What?
What was your stance on that? Was you in the live with the people?
You went on Strat's live and talked about Tory.
I didn't. First of all, don't know your kid's name. Never cared. Never did know. And number 2, all I said was it's not the kid's fault. Anytime a kid says anything, know when a kid is born racist. Whether they've heard it or not from anywhere, it's about how we handle it as parents afterwards. That's the most that I've said. Where have I spoke about your kid? Show me now.
All right, let's come on.
No. I'm like London Star. I'm like this. Show me where I've cussed out your kid.
Convo, man.
I didn't say you cussed out my kid. I said you had opinions on my kid. But you're the first person to go, people are dragging my kids, but you're the first person to jump in the box and talk on my kid. And I don't care.
Show me, Hayley. Show me, please. Show me, please,
Why don't
Hayley.
you just drop your fucking attitude and actually
Why can't you drop your fucking attitude when you're trying to be saviours in places that don't need you to save?
You're always the one saying white people this, white person that. You whites, you're always doing it.
I say you whites, do I?
You always
Hayley,
get you
don't piss me off because you know I've seen your fucking
You always do it, Paige.
Shut up. You know I've seen
Who
your
are you
WhatsApp.
talking to?
You know
Who
I've
the
seen
fuck
your
are you
WhatsApp.
talking to?
Some people are so comfortable singing the N-word. Some people are so fucking comfortable and then it's a problem
Your
to come to
attitude
me.
is disgraceful. Like, even
Your
the way you
attitude's
talk to the
disgraceful. So
comments.
is ours. Womp.
You even the way
Yours
you
is
talk to the
mine
comments,
shit.
like
Yours is
everyone else
shit, mine shit.
stupid,
You
like
sit on
you're
this
the
all
only
day.
one with
I
any
sit on the internet all day.
education.
What now?
Well, can we just
What
talk?
now?
Can we just talk as adults? I feel a bit.
When have I
hypocrite
said
now,
you
but-
whites? Because yet again, making a mixed race person who already gets enough stick and the
Oh my
narrative
God,
that I
here we
don't like
go.
white people is going around on this app, and now you're trying to even put it in and shove it in there more. Show me where I've said you white and show me where I've cut. I'll
I'm just saying,
sit
if
here and
you
wait.
actually can have a normal conversation with people without making people calling them dumb or uneducated.
I didn't
just
call
have
you
a
dumb once.
conversation
I
as a
didn't call
human
you dumb.
being,
I'm
man.
asking you a question, Hayley. Where have I said you white and where have I cussed your kid? Please show me.
You said something in the comments.
I said you whites. Can you please get it up then? Because people I'm sure are screen recording. Please can I show me where I said you whites? Please. I'm actually genuinely serious. Please. Show me, please.
Another thing is as well, obviously I understand the YT thing like that, but that's normally.
You know why we say that, Alex?
Yeah.
Because you say.
Yeah, but I understand that in text base because obviously it's like
Alex,
but
if I say I get nanaed 24/7, I can't even say. I don't even like saying black. I have to do it quickly. That's why I don't even say. I say people of color. Have you not noticed? Because
Yeah, but
if you say the actual race of anyone's race, you get nanaed. I
Hey.
normally say people of color.
you can say white, you can say black. I've said it loads of
No,
times.
think it might
you
just be
can. But when I do a
selective
poem,
because I've used
Alex,
white
when I
and
did a
black plenty
poem
of
and I
times and
said
nothing has
them
ever
two
Yeah,
words
never
in it,
ever.
I got
Never happened.
I got black. Okay, do you know what I'm going to do now? Because this is another thing. I'm managed by TikTok, and a year ago, while I was on Laura's platform, the same thing that you're talking about, I got it back saying because I'd said black and white and it had an interpretive speech in terms of my racism poetry. I got banned 3 times in one day. And it said that was the reason why.
I'm not saying you
So
haven't, but I
context.
personally haven't. Me personally, I've
Yeah,
if
that's
there's a-
different things. EQ can sit there and say the N-word, Alex. I'll guarantee if you said it once, you might get nanaed. But she can say it 4 times and not.
I've never personally been. Obviously, I do FYP, so obviously I come across clips on a daily basis where people are saying.
Anyway, where have I said YT, please, Hayley? And where have I cussed out your kid? I'm genuinely, because this is now going to put the narrative out there, like EQ and that was, that I dislike white people when I'm half white myself. Please show me where I say you white, etc., etc. All the terminology that just come out of your mouth, because you said you don't like it when all these girls sit on a box and lie about your name for no reason. They can't have a conversation. So please, can you show me where
I
I've
don't
said you
screenshot
white?
loads of random stuff, Paige. All I'm saying to you is if you
No,
literally
give me an
just have a
example.
normal
Give me an example.
conversation-
There must be more of an example.
You did get in Strat's box to talk on Tory. That's what I said. I just didn't say you
What,
tried
in a
to-
negative way?
box. I didn't watch it. I just knew that.
But
you
you're
were in the
bringing it
box
up
and
and saying I'm talking about your kid when I actually backed
Well, any
you and
conversation
your
at
kid
all is
up
still a
in a way saying
conversation
it
about
wasn't your
sexual,
child's
isn't it?
fault. So I'm saying it's not your child's fault and I'm the bad one here. Okay, cool. So what about the
I'm
you
just
white
saying in general,
comment?
no one should be talking on anyone's children.
Yeah, but no kid should be saying on you. Like, if let's be respectful as parents. Even my kids in the room, there's not going to be a chance where they'd even say something irate or upsetting to offend people
Yeah, and
in the
do you
same
know what I did?
room. But that's a
But
different
what I
combo.
did- Well, what I did was I muted and I talked to her. She came on and apologised and it was done. And
That's
I
great.
educated in that moment. You've got to say, Paige, as a mum, like we're educating as we go, don't we?
Yeah,
And
that's great. I
obviously-
didn't question you on that. That's the worst
No,
thing.
and on
Everything
the
I've
grand scheme
spoken
of
about
things-
you has not been about your kid. Ever.
Okay, that's fine. And like I just said,
But where have I said you whites, please? Can you please give me an example? Because this narrative is now
like
going to
a
get
minute
spread.
ago
I'm going to
when
get
we were
hate
watching it.
comments and abuse, Hayley, in my DMs because you've just said I said all you whites, etc. Please explain
you
where.
won't let me speak, Paige. So it's really hard to answer a question when you just talk all over me all the time.
I'll mute. Go on.
I said you were saying it on that platform there where we were all watching. And it's sometimes when you respond to the comments, that's the things you kind of say. And
I
I
was
don't know if
saying
you
you
know
whites.
what you
I'll get Devin to
did. Oh
download
my
this live.
God.
Hold on, let me
You
check
say
this
you
out.
YT people, you do, yes.
I said the YT people, yeah. As in white. I can't even say, yeah, 100%. I didn't
it's
say
just-
you
it's
white.
just a different way of
No,
saying it,
when did
yeah.
I say you white or you lot of white? Let me go ask Devin to download this live.
You said you YT people all the time. That's what I just said.
But you've said it when you was sitting with us and said the same things.
No, I just say white. I would talk about what we're talking about.
Yeah, and you
Why
said
would I
white
say-
or you'd say YT. When you was hanging around with us, you did say YT, don't lie. When you were sitting with Elise and all of us in the box, you said the same thing.
But
What's the difference now?
but she's a white woman.
I'm half white, so am I, Alex.
Yeah, but
Because
you're not-
I'm
you're not
on the
under-
outside.
You're not
Oh my God,
understanding
this
what
is I
people are.
believe. You lot are actually crazy. So she can say white as a white woman, but I'm half white. I'm literally white. Just because I'm brown on the outside, my heritage and my ethnicity is half and half. So I can't say white as half white, but
Okay. Here's a question for you then.
All right, sorry, Alex, I didn't know. No worries.
Yeah, so when I jumped in your box yesterday and said, "Oh, I don't like white people," being a white person, no one really had an issue with that, really, did they? Same thing.
Alex, what did I say on the live? I said, "Shut up, don't say that," because you know my mum's white, and I made a joke back to you, so it was like hearted. So you didn't get trolled.
Exactly. Then, but I don't care if I get trolled.
Yeah, but I did, because you don't care. But it was my platform, Alex. It was my live. I didn't want you to be trolled in that live in that moment because that's not what it was about. It wasn't about you then, and I still said something. So she can say whitey because she's a white woman, but I'm half white and I can't.
But you
I never said that.
No, you didn't, Hayley. Alex did.
Yeah, I did.
So I'm half white when it suits me. These kind of comments are disgusting. The fact that you're all talking about my heritage and my culture is crazy. And then people that are not part of ethnicities or cultures that are being attacked can sit there and say the most. It's everyone's skeleton is white, and this is Alex. I can't. You don't know. Hayley, you should know yourself. NJ, you're a man of colours, you should know yourself. And Hayley, you claim to be an ally and do all of these things. These kind of comments, etc. And the narratives that you're now trying to put out is ridiculous. And it's silly. You've even said about me talking to your child, and you've just said you didn't even hear what I said. And if you heard, I was actually backing your flipping child. Not you, but I was backing your child. No child needs to be called a name, and no child is born racist. It's obviously a hard thing. So I don't know what the fuck your problem is. I'll be real.
This is why I asked you, because as an educator, there could be a time where a young kid says an outlandish thing, and it is for us to.
I said that though, NJ. So I'm done talking, but I said that.
I know, Paige, but listen, let me finish, please. You know what it is?
Yeah, of course, Lou.
Outside, when you see 4, 5, 6, 7 grown-ass people, man, talking on a 6-year-old child, regardless if you like the mum or not, it's distasteful. I don't care what anybody says.
And I didn't cuss her, so why am I being called up on a stage?
I didn't say you did.
3.3k.
One minute. I've just said anyone's free to jump up. Like, do you know what I mean? Like. Everyone's saying, can you let someone in to support Paige? I'm looking for the guests.
I don't need support.
I can't see no one's requested.
I'm fine, guys. If I'm scared or if I felt sad, I'd leave. If my mental health is at detriment, I'm a grown adult who is very aware of my behaviour. If I was sad or I couldn't handle it, I would just click the X because I pay my own Wi-Fi bill when I'm an adult. I don't sit there getting traumatised and triggered and then stay in these spaces and moan about it. I'm very confused.
Here we go.
I didn't speak. Oh, you lot are weird. You know what? I won't defend kids either then. Let everyone run ragged on people's kids. Fine.
Okay.
Okay, is that it? Does anyone else want to call me Hayley? Anything else you want to call me out on? NJ, Alex? Are we done? Can I go? Are we done?
I just thought it was a conversation.
Okay, no, a conversation where you call me out on 2 things and I've answered you. And you've still not once actually said sorry even for trying to bring up and imply that I was cussing at your kid on a live, which I really wasn't. Because 1 minute you watched it, Hayley, and then you said you didn't watch it. That's...
Yeah, you know, there's been 3 months of hate lives. You sit on loads of them. You literally.
I've sat on 3 when about Adriana. When you've gone on your live and said Paige don't even claim Guyana. She didn't fucking speak to no one in Guyana, the lying little bitch. Is she even Guyanese? As a mixed race person and a Guyanese woman, of course that offended me, Hayley. Do you want me to close my mouth? Do you think you're superior that I can't respond back also? But I've not sat there for hours, no. I've not sat there for hours on these hate lives when they're talking about random shit. I don't care. But you saying that I don't claim Guyana whilst dealing with Adriana Young's case is disgusting to me. And I'm allowed to have that.
Yeah, and I'm allowed to have that opinion when I was trying to do the right
thing. I'm not crying at you. I'm not sitting in the box.
Let someone else speak. How can I say anything back if you never let me talk?
You really don't want me talking to you,
It's boring.
Oh, God.
Shut up.
I'm just here to say again.
What have you jumped up to say, baby? Yeah.
I'm just here for Paige because you're not all going in on us at once.
No, I was live doing my normal live, and I get a message saying that Devin and everyone's talking about me, so I came to it. So all this stuff about, we fired up a live to go back, that's a lie. There's thousands of people.
You shouldn't have a halfway point then as a live.
What do you mean, a halfway point? I think I've debunked
You've got people in here over both sides. So you need to choose, Alex, basically.
I'm fine. I just don't like being called out. And Hayley, that's really upset me and wound me up because you all sit there and claim to have not faced narratives and you can have conversations, but you want to sit there, gaslight and lie on my name and then expect me to have a calm reaction. That's your entitlement. But you've gone on your live and spoke about people's kids and people being called strippers because people didn't like the way you handled a case. But when you're coming for my heritage, I can't be a bit uppity or I can't have an issue or an opinion. That is crazy.
But who's coming at your heritage? I ain't.
Hayley came from my
No,
heritage,
no.
and that's when I said I didn't go into a hate live. I spoke up 3 times on people's lives instead of doing my own, where you spoke on my heritage, but you were crying about how you handled a fucking case. But my whole heritage, the woman that just fucking passed away, my granny, who was literally bred and born me into being a Guyanese girl, I'm not Guyanese. I don't speak to my family in Guyana, and I just
can't
talk
speak.
shit.
I'm not allowed to speak to say what I meant. So you carry on.
I'm muted for ages. You just went on pause to text someone.
Right. All I'm gonna say is on that situation, right? She got dragged. Hayley got dragged for the stuff that she did. A lot of people.
I'm not talking about that, Alex. I'm not London.
No,
Farmers.
no,
I
yeah,
said
but all I'm
my
gonna say is
heritage.
she got. Yeah, I'm not. Okay, you fair. You can talk about your heritage, of course you can. You know what I mean? And
Thank you, that's
no one's digging you out for it. But what I'm saying to you is that whole situation. She got dragged and she got made out to be a scam artist. And then when all that got debunked, instead of people going, you know what, let's hold our hands up now, people was going, oh yeah, but she did this, I didn't agree with this.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Instead of actually saying, you know what, people say we can all be adults and hold our hands up and say, you know, admit fault. In that situation, there's people that could have gone live and gone, you know what, I made a mistake. Hayley, I'm sorry I called Hayley a scam artist, but I still don't agree with what she did here. But that wasn't
But
the
that's
case.
not me.
No,
It's not me. So I don't get why you're all putting it on me.
No, I'm not putting it on you. I'm just saying this is the reason why all that escalated. You know, the arguments amongst people trying to talk
So
about
because they
serious.
started.
It's not the defence, though, Alex. That's what I mean. You can't.
Wait, so because
come back
they
with
started,
it.
I'm responsible. I had a criminology perspective. That's all I had of Hayley. We have the same fucking degree, and I'm Guyanese. So the case that she was talking about, I'm obviously, pop off. The case she was talking about, I'm obviously having an opinion. So now, yet again, you're all putting me in the same narrative as every other fucking black girl, and this is what winds me up. Alex, you don't want to be put onto something, and then you're sitting there doing it, but I can't.
No, you're free to do whatever you want. Of course you are.
So what's the difference then? I'm so confused.
You're
Who
confused.
do you agree with, Alex? Because it's giving confusion.
And what part of the Hayley page you think?
Yeah.
I agree with
There
the
is
fact.
no right or wrong. We just went for each other, and that's the end of it.
Alex, can
Yeah.
I say something for a second? I don't think it's, and I'm not trying to go against you, baby, because I know we've had bickers in the past, but I don't think it's fair when he's holding the platform for everybody to talk and have this discussion to say you have to pick a side. He's been fine with Paige and Hayley.
No, I call this live a halfway point.
Okay.
He has a
But you
lot of
said
different people in his comments.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's literally what an FYP page is about, and you're putting him on the spot in front of 3,500
Baby,
people.
the thing is, I've been labelled racist.
But not by me.
When
Can you
you
all stop
support
putting it on
races-
me? Oh, the only one that come over and had an actual conversation because you don't like how loud my mouth is. I'm not shouting, which is another thing. We'll
But
ignore those.
Paigey, honestly, Paigey, this is what I'm trying to get. You're saying that no one labelled me racist, but you did.
I didn't. I said I didn't label you explicitly racist. I said you've had microaggressive racism. You've said microaggressive racist things that made me feel uncomfortable. We've had combos about it, Alex. Me and you ourselves before.
But that's you labelling me a racist.
Alex, you agreed yourself. I'm sorry. Go about 6 months back.
But what?
In your life, when I was
We'll
getting
see,
upset
they may
and I
not
was
need to
crying
be
in your
here,
life,
but who the fuck was here for Paige Just?
But I'm saying I didn't sit there and say you dislike black people. And even Devon said you're not racist. But I'm saying in that live, I kept saying it is not about Alex. They all had a go at me this morning for letting you up in the first place. But I'm the one that called you racist. But I'm getting the stick for you being in my box too. Make it make sense. Come on.
But take it up on the people that are giving you grief, not the other people.
I did, Alex. So why are you taking it up with me, with the people that are giving you grief?
I'm taking it up on you because I'm the one being labelled. My name's being mentioned.
Alex, so was I. So was I this morning, but I didn't have a go at you. I didn't come in here saying how.
Yeah, but that's fair enough. You can go on your platform and
This is
scream
not-
about it exactly like I'm doing on my platform.
No,
I've been
you didn't get what I just said. I didn't take it up with you. What other people put onto me about you being.
No, but I've watched you slag me off.
If you think that's slagging off, then bloody hell, mate. You can't, like, what the fuck?
You basically, do you know what? Blaster's gonna put it all out there. You basically
Put it out there, Alex. I don't think I care. First of all, we're not partners. We're not lovers. We're not nothing. So it doesn't really matter what our stance is, type thing.
So
But also, like,
okay.
it's not that deep. You can have an opinion on me and it not be slagging off because it's your opinion. I'm so baffled. Like, what do you think this is?
Calling me a wrong gun is basically the same.
When did I call you a wrong one? Half your people. I said your chat, half your chat, because you don't have a team.
Yeah,
One of
we
the
said
main things I
chat.
did- One of the main things I did say is you don't have a solid team for yourself. A lot of your people have come from where you've gone and done this and that and everywhere else, and there's loads of hate in your life. So whether you act like a wrong one or not is not the point. It's the point of the discussion was the racism that black people have just endured. But yet again
yeah.
today,
Alex,
it's all
didn't
about
you do an AI
Alex,
on
it's all about
Marcel?
Angie, it's all about everyone but people of colour who have literally heard EQ sit there and scream the N-word. And I love that for us. I love that we can have one full day by actually having a conversation about racism instead of it going everyone else. No wonder Seeps left. He left because he likes pussy, darling. That's
Can I just refresh people's
I've only
memory
got
as
one.
well? Alex
I've
made
only
an
got
AI on
one.
Marcel.
Yeah, I did.
Paige, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, because I'm tired. I need to go.
Was that racist as well? Because I showed people the what I typed in AI to show what I did.
Alex,
when
It
the
was fucking disgusting, Alex.
So okay then, because it come out as a skinny black man, right?
I'm
No. What?
Can't say that. No.
You're not asking me though, are you, Alex? Because stop asking me everything.
I think you know what. At the end of the day, you two both had your back and forth. But why are we unearthing this now? Have you two not sorted your issues out?
This is what
You're
I'm trying
myself.
to say. Alex has a problem.
Come
with
on,
me.
man. Let's stop unearthing old
I
shit.
don't-
Nah. Do you know what? I'm going to answer this now because it's going to make everyone look very stupid, right?
Okay.
You know, you think it is funny, isn't it? You know what? Because I put that in a thingy and I showed the video that come up with Marcel. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You brought it up. Did you see what Marcel did? The lives on me. He typed in fat white man, white man. Yeah. And he showed
Horrible.
Michelin Man. He was going fat white guy. I hate fat white people that come onto this platform talking about racism. That's what Marcel said. He doesn't
Alex,
like fat
I don't
white
even talk about
people.
Marcel.
White
I don't
man.
even. I don't get along with Marcel. I don't talk to him. So what has that got to do with me, Alex?
It got brought up. It got brought up. No.
He brought it up. Don't shout. Like fucking shout too.
I'm not shouting.
Baby A just asked. Sorry, T. Let me just
No,
ask
no,
Paige
go
a
on, my
question.
boy. Yeah, go on.
Paige, when you were just up here a minute ago, did you feel attacked?
No, I felt gaslit. I don't feel attacked like I'm scared. I can't really be bullied, but was I gaslit? Yeah, 100%. And was there narratives being put on purpose, knowing what the narratives been put out there? 100%. This is what happens when you can run a cult though and have a big following and a big background. Of course, the thing is with you people, if this person, let's just use the comments for instance. If Hayley likes me, you're not gonna love me. If Hayley hates me, you're not gonna hate me. And that's what you've been saying. I know the narratives and I don't really care because it's TikTok. Do you get it? If Hayley likes me, you're not gonna love me. That's literally it. Like, I don't feel attacked, but I do feel like Hayley's comment, for instance, you spoke on my daughter, you in a negative way, but then admitted that she wasn't in the live. So she didn't know what my narrative was talking to her daughter.
But she's going to listen. But she's going to listen to her people. If someone
exactly, thank you. Yes, Alex. Exactly.
This is why receipts are important.
Yeah,
people, man.
but this is what we're trying. This is what we're trying to say. If someone from Hayley's community that she trusts has said to her, obviously she's going to take it as gospel. She might not know the context. That's life. That's TikTok. We do that all the time.
No, it's not TikTok because people cry when she does it to her.
Well, she's entitled to feel a certain way.
Found out.
She's
oh my god, the selectiveness is crazy. And if you
don't
can't
even
do a
talk about
selective based on our
selectiveness.
friends, if
Don't
you
even
can't
talk
do a
about
selective based on
selectiveness.
our friends, mate, that's crazy because context happen the same way. You're asking for context over a
No,
word.
I don't
or a
talk-
phrase.
don't
People
talk-
are asking
no,
for context
no.
over a child who is not here no more.
No, don't
And that's
talk.
the
Don't
fucking
talk.
levels you-
No,
it's wild.
no, we're not
It's
talking about.
wild.
We're not talking about context because context
This
is never.
you just said context.
No, we're not talking about context no more.
You thought
Context
Anyway,
isn't key. You know what I
Have
mean?
a great day. Have a great day. Have a great day.
we
Enjoy
got
your day. Have the
we
days
got
you
those.
deserve. I'm gonna just continue being the cute, loud, pretty girl I am. Like you can't stand. Kiki, you love me when Hayley loved me. Shut your mouth. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Just have a really good day, Alex. Stop whinging. I'm not Devon. I can't answer the questions you want me to answer. I'm sorry. I actually can't. I don't know what you want from me, but I'm actually not Devon, and I got cussed out for you being in my box also today.
But that doesn't that show?
Paige, when you go over there, Paige, maybe ask Devon to come over here.
Maybe don't that show
Come
though.
over there and Alex go over there. They don't want to speak to each other. So what do you want me to do?
Don't
I don't care.
that show? Don't that show a lot though? That about control. People jumping on you for not standing up because they didn't agree with something.
They didn't like how I handle things, and they're allowed to as well. I'm allowed to not be liked, Alex. People are allowed to have an opinion that's negative on me.
But why get called out on live if they're your friends?
And that's exactly the combo I had with them.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah, and I've had it without screaming or making someone go, "Oh, by the way, you don't like this person, don't like that," or making up lies.
If you're
Alex.
calling out your friends on live, right, for an argument, it just shows that they're not really bothered about the situation. They're more bothered about, trying
Or
to.
they're not bothered about the situation, or they're more bothered about the situation, and less bothered about the friendship, Alex.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's probably the best.
No,
way
it's not
to-
the same thing. Maybe he's more bothered about racism than he is about my friendship, and that's okay.
I disagree with the
I prefer
situation.
it to be like that, to be honest.
No, but I'd agree on that situation because at the end of the day, he sat with me while he sat me in boxes with me while I was on the Congolese Alex account and never said anything.
Okay, but then that's not me yet again. Back to it being not me.
No, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? This is
You
why.
can just say, but don't say to me, please. 'cause I
No,
don't know what you want me to do.
but you was pulled up by him. That's what I'm trying to
I
say.
was pulled
That's
up
the
by multiple. I
Well,
was pulled
that's
up by
the only but that's
multiple.
the only person I've seen because it was done on.
Okay, but that's the only person. That's fine for you. That's not, what has that got to do with me?
Are you not listening? I'm saying that the only person I've seen pull you up was Devin in that situation on a platform, and that's the reason why. That's why I mentioned it.
Jan, I love your denim skirt, Jan. It's really cute. I love it. I love the little slit at the front. It's really adorable. Sorry, I can't help it. Alex, you like to go in troll in real serious situations, and I think it's crazy that you won't even allow people's opinions to have a little troll when this is not serious. Racism is a lot more serious than you being called something that from one person that you said you don't even like or care about was not relevant. Do you understand what I mean? Like, there's real serious things going on. Like the DMs, I'm gonna give me like your Insta or something, or even a burner, and I'll show you, Alex, the past 24 hours because I was speaking about Evil Queen. I'll show you the comments that I've got in my DMs.
What?
From
Yeah,
real
and
accounts as well. Let me actually show you though, because that's why people get upset. What you're not realizing is I get it, and you can, because even certain people, I can handle your jokes yesterday, but when people are getting more at that one time, or you're getting your trauma's being dragged out, and you're getting thinking, Nanny K, who cares about racism and DMs? Wow, Nanny K, that is crazy. Not shocked, not surprised, but it's still terrible. Very
Hi, Alex. Can I just speak?
yeah, carry
I'm
on.
of mixed race, and I'm born in Liverpool. I'm of mixed race, and all this racism. I get called Dolly Mixture. I love it. I take it as a term of endearment. I've been on your lives, never had any racism against me. I think some people just take it as a chip on the shoulder sometimes.
I agree. Some people can feel offended, and that's up to them as well, as like I said. But when people are saying that they're talking about as a whole the black community, and that's never true because you can only speak about you as an individual because how your experiences are. Everyone's experience as a black person must be different. You know what I
Holly,
mean?
how am I being too sensitive? This is crazy. Yeah, 100%. Exactly, Alex. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't offended necessarily. I understood exactly what everyone in that box was saying about what you do and the joke and why it's not appropriate. I understood. However, just because I understand doesn't mean I also have to take offence. And I didn't take offence. So I don't get why when I've come in here, all of your little comments and you like you've called me this, you called me that. It's not been the point at all. That's not been all day I've been screaming, can we get back to EQ? All day. I did the live yesterday about EQ. So I'm really confused as to why everyone's putting everything on me. You say that I'm not the face of racism, but yet you're all asking me 100 questions about every black person on the app. I don't get it. I don't understand, Alex.
Do you know the reason why? It's because you're the only person that come over from that live. That's the reason why.
No, even in the other live I was getting at the moment.
Yeah. I'm not raising my voice, yeah? Come on.
I'm not raising my... Alex, listen, I've got a very projective voice. I'm a very performative girl. Nothing to do with my race. I'm a performative person. Yeah? I've got a loud voice. If you want me to shout and show you shouting, because this is not shouting, I'm just being, like, I'm passionate. I've just got, like, my mouth's loud anyway. I can't physically turn down my decibels on my natural speaking voice. And if you don't like it, womp, get over it. Do you know what I mean, comments? Like, just turn your phones down for a minute. If you don't like me talking, just turn your phone down or leave. That's it. And all you people tell me is to control my attitude. None of you are fucking feeding my financing me. Why do you all think you can tell me how to be?
Paige, you've gone from you don't care about the comment section to answering every single comment against you.
I will answer all of them because the entitlement of me, I'm allowed to answer.
Yeah, but you obviously
Doesn't
are.
mean I care. Doesn't mean if I cared, I'd click off the app, Alex, and cry. I'm allowed to answer and have a bit of fun with them. Am I not? Sorry, I'll ignore them. I won't have no fun then. During the midst of severe racism and height of being trolled to fuck in your comments, I won't even have a little bit of fun with them, Alex, like you do.
Paige, at the end of the day, you've brought racism to Alex's page, which is not about that. I've sat in this page for over a year. I've never felt uncomfortable. I've always felt comfortable in this live.
Wait, can I...
Torian.
Wait, am I echoing?
No,
Hi,
you're fine.
guys.
I can hear you.
I was just going to say, yeah, I think everyone just stay... Like, Alex and Paige, let them sort it. I feel like, you see, when people start adding their 2 pence piece and whatever, it just becomes a worse situation. I think Alex is more than capable of bringing his argument across and talking to Paige, and I'm sure Paige, I just feel like when more people get involved, Alex, yeah, it just gets worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bigger picture here is dirty EQ. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this argument is dumb. Paige and Alex can sort it out themselves. They don't need backative from the crowd and to start their bullshit and to add their, because then it becomes something else.
Do you know what it is, Torian, though, as well? I understand that sometimes, not from my community, but there is people that from other lives that will come in trying to mix it up and stuff. Not people that support me, because that's people are going to support who they choose to. Paige was a little bit right earlier. Well, she was right earlier when she said if me and Paige was getting along, my community would probably warm to her. You know what I mean? That happens on the app. We see it all the time, right? But what I'm saying is that whole situation that happened in that live, and they were saying, but that wasn't being said. It was being 100% said, and I'm just saying that people have come over to my live, and even people that I've seen in my chat don't really like me, and I've seen them that slag me off in other lives and said, you know what, I don't like you, Alex, but I can't abide by what's being said. It's bullshit. It's all lies. It's no narratives have been spun over here, saying that people saying, but you haven't been labelled racist. But I asked her a question: is microaggression racism? And then she's gone, yeah. And I said, you've called me microaggressive racist, so you're calling me racist, are you not? Simple as.
No, so you can say something that's microaggressively racist, you know, not be inherently racist. Like, I don't know, Alex, I've said it to you 100 times. Kids in school, like, hear this more. You can say, I could say something right now inherently, like, I'm sorry, microaggressively racist or stereotypical, and just because I've said it doesn't mean that I am an inherent racist.
But you said I've said it multiple times, so if you believe I've said it...
In lives, and if I really hated it or thought you were like,
why isn't anybody getting onto EQ?
I wouldn't have had
because
you in my
she's the worst.
No,
Shut up,
stop
Rihanna,
saying,
but I don't
why
want
is
to
it no
shut
one
the
getting
hell up.
Here.
Shut up. No. When people say why isn't no one getting on EQ, that's not the case. People are getting onto EQ, but unfortunately, not everyone is gonna get onto EQ. So there's only a small portion of people that are holding lives, and some of them are not big creators, Rianne. You know what I'm saying? Paige done a whole live yesterday. I've done lives. MJ's have done lives. Everyone's done lives. But
Don't
it's
get
not
me
always
wrong,
up to
I
us
take
to do
no-
the live.
Alex,
It's not always up to us to talk
Exactly.
about
I don't
it, you know?
think you're racist inherently, Alex. No, like I said, I could have said something now
That's
in
all
my
it is,
chat
mum.
that has
Sorry,
been
go on.
microaggressive. It doesn't mean you're inherently racist. You can say something like microaggressive. You can say something smexist, for instance, yeah, and not be completely misogynistic. You can say a sentence or be triggered and say a sentence and it doesn't make you misogynistic.
Well,
Yeah?
what I'm going to say on this is I love the body I'm in, and I don't care whether I'm mixed race. And no matter what somebody says, I'm still happy in me. And I think everybody is mixed race or different coloured should feel the same.
I do.
matter
I love
what anybody
myself.
says. Right, Alex, I'm going to drop. Could
Thank
drop
you,
me,
Rianne.
please? Thank
Did
you.
I?
Yeah,
So
with
is
me.
Rianne right, Alex? Did I bring all this racism to your life?
No, to be fair, I was come to in you, so that's... Yeah,
Oh, okay, Rianne. So I think I'm owed an
Where's
apology.
Devon? I think is Devon still live, Paige?
Thank
I
you,
don't even
Rianne,
know.
mate.
Which one.
So I feel like Devon should be here as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all
Yeah, 100%. Where's my
not on the
apology,
back of
Rianne?
Devon, but it's all started from Devon. Like obviously he's more upset. Like you know what I'm saying? I just feel like he should be here.
Is this your
Yeah,
car?
I only came here to say Courtney didn't do blackface. I don't like it when people do too much in his combos and take it away from what it was.
but I
Jamaican Courtney was a thing and she got spoken about for that 100%. But it was about the blackface thing.
But
That's
do
what I came
you
over
not
here for.
agree that the comments that Devon was saying was embarrassing? Did you not pull him? Why did none of you pull him up?
I don't think a black man having his own direct opinion on racism or
Okay.
how it's been.
Can I
finish, Alex? Please?
Sorry, yeah,
you do
carry
this
on.
to me every time. If
You do it as
if
well.
I don't think, as a black man, if he's got an opinion or an issue with you and how you've handled things and in rooms to do with racism, I don't think me as anyone has the right to sit there and say you're embarrassing. No, I don't find him embarrassing.
Okay, can I ask?
I didn't find you embarrassing
Yeah.
when you was in my box yesterday either.
Can I give you the reason why that I believe it was embarrassing? My opinion was the fact is that he's the difference between Congolese Alex and Jamaican Courtney. His response was that the reason why he didn't find it offensive to Courtney is because she sits in black spaces. That is basically the same comment as my friend can't be racist because she's got black relatives. Exactly the same comment.
I don't even know. I know what he meant. I can't want to explain it, but he meant it was more in the terms of when you make effort to understand and learn and be there around black people and be like not culturally inappropriate. He's saying that's more of a lie. That come out of his mouth, not mine. I think I don't really care if he was Jamaican Courtney or Congolese Alex. I don't care. To me, and if EQ was to do it as a heavy racist, fucking up, that's ridiculous. That to me, I've got bigger issues. There are people being unalive because of the colour of their skin. Do you understand?
And
Based
another,
off shit on the internet. You
another,
being Congolese, Alex, does not mean anything to me, Alex. I'll be
yeah,
real.
okay,
That's me and my opinion.
And another thing that was said was, because I said Wagwan, that is Jamaican black terminology. That's wrong as well. Also, is it? Surely it's not. There's white Jamaicans. There's people. There's one on here that fixes his cars from Jamaica.
Yeah, but you're not what you're saying. I get what you're saying, 100%. But you sound like Angie, because what you're saying is 100% correct. If you was a white Jamaican, but you're not a white Jamaican.
Yeah,
so
but you reference it to colour. That's what I'm saying. You reference it to
I'm
colour.
asking you. He's saying you didn't just say Wagwan in a random space. We're talking about heavily severe racism, and specifically where Laura Swearingen gets consistently put down for saying Bomber Clark, Wagwan, etc., etc. Like you said, context. So in that live where we're talking about that, where Laura gets thingied for that, and he obviously felt a type of way in terms of how you were saying it. Are you a white Jamaican?
No, it wasn't said like that. We watched the live.
I'm asking you, are you a white Jamaican?
No, of course I'm not. But like I said,
you're
referencing to patois to being black.
Alex, we're not. We're referencing patois to the topic of conversation where Laura was bullied for saying Wagwan and Bumba. That's who we were talking about with EQ. That's the whole live, yeah?
We watched it, we came to it.
He thought you was taking the piss, is what I'm saying. You didn't come into a random live and say it. You've said it at the point of where she's getting mocked.
Paige.
Because I'm saying Bumba, and that's why you obviously thought you was mocking it.
Paige.
Whether you was or not.
Yeah. Sorry, Paigey, wait, sorry. Alex, can you rise up Kenzino's mum? Because she's actually Jamaican, so I think it's good to hear from someone that's actually from Jamaica, if that makes sense. Sorry, Paige, go on, carry on. She was trying to get in the box.
But yeah, for me, I didn't care about that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when it felt like you was taking the mick because of the topic of combo, not who can say Wagwan or not, or who's allowed to say it. It's about what was being talked to at the moment. Laura was getting attacked for saying Bumba, and in the video, EQ and that Bumba Wagwan. And so when we're having a serious convo and you've come in and said that, maybe it looks to others, Alex. Do you see what I'm saying? That you were taking the piss out of Laura and the situation. Not that you can never say it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I understand, and I said that earlier. I understand what you're saying. You're valid for that, but your argument was lost when you did the same to Angie.
I didn't have that argument though, Alex.
No, but you was in the box and everyone was discussing race.
Yeah, I was in the box, but I was on mute,
Paigey,
I was talking about Angie and Pal.
Paigey, I'm just talking here, right? You're trying to. I don't know why you're trying to speak over me. All I'm saying is, when you're coming at me saying about, oh yeah, well not you yourself, but people saying the argument was it was an important conversation to have. Alex coming in, cracking jokes and all this stuff, right? Is the same thing that happened when everyone was talking about racism in the live just a minute ago, and you started then talking about Angie's hygiene, dusty knickers, laughing at her.
Angie said I don't like
yeah, I know, but and then you're laughing about a dog on the live in.
Yeah, because she's laughing about my kids and laughing about when she was talking about my. But that's
the same thing that I'm getting.
It's not because I'm black, Alex, and I'm affected by the racism, mate. So when she's coming in, I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, you this and that. I'm not going to come for Angie or her skin like she's coming for mine. All I can do back, Alex, because I'm not racist, is come for everything else around it. What are you not getting about that? No one's saying you can't have a joke, but how is selectiveness when we're the people of colour? And this is crazy. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Because this is the thing. You want me to come back to Angie and talk about her skin then? Because you came in saying, Paigey, her first line, but you hate white people. I'm probably going to get banned now. You hate this, you hate that. So...
But I'm white and I was popping jokes, you know what I mean?
Do you know what, Hardy Bob, everyone else? Next time Angie comes in cussing my skin, because I can't talk about hers, I'm going to stay quiet. I won't come for a dog or a hygiene like all of you do every day on the app. For no reason. No, when Angie's not brought up nothing to do with you lot, you're all talking about her pissy pants. So next time Angie's racist and calls me racist and says F my white mum and my dad's not a nice black man, all of this lot, I'll ignore it for you lot, okay? I promise.
Kenzino's mum?
Hi.
Hello.
Am I echoing?
Nah.
Okay. So yeah, Alex, feel free to address anything that you've heard me say this morning, and we can have a conversation about it.
Okay. What is your predominant issue with me regarding what you've seen last night or previously?
Okay. So my issue that I was explaining earlier is a lot of people use microaggressions when communicating with us. A lot of people appropriate our culture And why it's offensive is because I'm sure you know, like we go through a lot, yeah, in terms of being black, being Jamaican, etc., etc. So sometimes, yeah, like we said yesterday, there's a time and a place in it, and it seems like when we're having serious discussions about things that we're affected by, and you know, like when I'm saying affected, I mean like really traumatized by things that have happened racially to us throughout our lives. Microaggressions at work, microaggressions when we go shopping, like, do you know what I mean? It's all the same thing. So when you display that pattern of behavior, and we've addressed it with you already, like I was the one that addressed you calling yourself Congolese Alex, and you didn't respond to me but chose to have banter with other people in the comments, I left it. So then yesterday when I see you, right, and I have got the screenshots of this, I had put in the comments in response to something like KMT, yeah? And then you very shortly after put such and such makes me KMT. Yeah, and I looked at it and I thought, maybe I'm overreacting. And then you proceeded to then use like patwa in your language, like when you were talking. And then when you did come up on the stage, you said, Wagwan, my sisters, right? Yeah. Now, if it was a different situation where like you like, are all just chilling and just having like, you know, your normal conversations and that, that's fine. But you see, because it was about racism, clearly black people who are black and brown people who experience racism, with that racism comes something called trauma. The same way if you go through domestic abuse, you are left with trauma. The same way if you lose a parent or a child, you are left with trauma. You get what I'm saying? It's no different. So all I'm saying is, when we say to you, yeah, that is hurting us, or can, like, you know what I mean? Can you stop? Rather than try and do the whole banter stuff, to say, you know what? Yeah, let me just listen. I apologize. You know what I mean? Like you said, you was there for numbers for Paige yesterday, which to be fair, while she was in the box, you did keep your mouth quiet, like for majority of the time. But it was the comments, like, you know what I mean? For me, that's triggering.
Yeah, but the comments before I got into the box was, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. I'd come in the live and I was writing the comments, you know, just having a little joke. And the thing is, right, I didn't know. Obviously, I knew the situation was about EQ because it said on the sign. But then when I jumped into the box, the conversation was dying down. It's on the Observer. You can watch it yourself. Like, it obviously, I don't know what went on beforehand and what was mentioned before. But when I got into when I got into the box, obviously I cracked a joke. And obviously, and then afterwards, when someone, I think it was Little Nutty, no, it weren't. It was Hazel, weren't it? Sorry, Hazel. Hazel said, you know, she don't find it funny because at the end of the day, it's a serious situation. And after that, I was quiet because I took someone's feelings into account. You know what I mean? So you can't come at me. Yeah, the situation, you can come at me. Of course you can. If someone found it offensive as an individual, you can come at me for it, of course. But when everyone's dragging me and saying, oh yeah, but Alex this, Alex that, and bringing up stuff from the past, but then sat with me in boxes while I was on... Devon sat in boxes with me on the Congolese account. And I've nothing to say.
Okay, but did I?
Yeah, I don't know. You said it in the chat. I don't know.
I addressed you. That's what I'm saying, Alex. When you came in with that Congolese Alex account, I added you and I said, Alex, that is so offensive. There is a G-side happening in Congo right now. Talk about that. And you ignored me, but you continued the banter with everybody else. And that's the only point that I'm trying to make, right? You lot can't keep saying, we care about racism and we're anti-racist and blah, blah, blah. But then when black voices start speaking, yeah, you all start getting defensive and want to tell us how to think and feel and approach. And at the end of the day, Alex, I've kept it very respectful. You probably don't remember me, but I remember you from way back last year, yeah, when I first came to the app, because we connected, because we're both from Birmingham, you get what I'm saying? Yep. So I was following you. But when certain things were going on the app and whatever, like from last year, and I weren't happy, I've took myself away and I've removed myself, you get it? So there's no one in this room that can say, I sit with EQ, or I sit with you, or I do this, or I do that. I keep it moving for the simple fact, I'm telling you, yeah, I am traumatized by racism, whether it is macroaggressions, microaggressions, whether it's covert racism, overt racism. I don't care what it is. Like, you get me? This is my real experience, yeah? And I have done my very best to just stay away from all of you. But enough is enough. Like, you know, like one thing I've said, or a couple of us have said yesterday, and look where we are today. I don't understand, Alex, why you couldn't have just come over to Devon's live and, like, you know what I mean? Because I find Devon to be quite diplomatic. You two could have had this conversation from this morning.
Okay.
But instead, on TikTok, we decide to run up a cam 2 in our safe space because, like, this is your platform.
It's wrong.
So this is your safe space.
You got it wrong straight away. This is what I mean, Kenzino's mum. I think this is where you don't understand. I was already live. I was live doing my live, and someone said, "Do you know there's a live going on about you?" And these will all tell you. They was all in my live. So I said, "Who's talking about me?" And then they told me, "Nutty." And that's when. That was early. And then they said, "Devon's live. Nutty's talking about you. Devon's live or something." And then I went over to watch it. I didn't fire up a live for it. I was already live. I was actually cam 2 in Angie before people was telling me about Devon's live. You know what I mean?
Oh, you lot are snowflakes. Which means you lot, as in you lot in the live now. Funny, you're more concerned about you lot than the N-word. You crazy little buggers. You cheeky buggers.
And you know what? Fair enough, Alex, if you were live before and that's how it happened, that's okay. But you see, like, because I deliver this training called cultural competency to predominantly YT organisations, if they came to me with this scenario, I would have said to you, Alex, right, I understand that you were live, yeah, but because you are anti-racist, yeah, and you can hear that these group of black people have been a little bit hurt and offended by some of the things that have been said, I would have said, you know what, I'm going to end my life and I'm going to go over there. I wouldn't have sat here and cam 2'd it. Do you know what I mean? Because then it's just escalating. Because respectfully, people came in and told us that you were cam 2'ing and whatever, but we never cam 2'd you. Like, we carried on talking just up until, like, what, about half an hour ago? Hence why I'm here. I promised myself I would never come back on these stages again, you get it? But at the same time, I do feel like my voice needs to be heard, because if you haven't been watching the comments, soon as I came in here, majority of the comments, soon as I said something, called me a bully, called me this, called me that, like, it's nonsense.
The thing is, that you know that happens on TikTok. You, like I said, if I come over to one of your lives, if you was hosting a live and you had a support, I'd get jumped on. It's happened many times. I remember back in the day sorry, I don't know your room, so I can't really comment. But all I'm saying is, like when Paige used to go live, me and Paige was having a little bit of back and forth. I used to go in there and got absolutely ruined in the comments. You know, that's just how TikTok is. When you've got support, you've got support. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be that way. Last night, yeah, not last night I did, because we've been kind of like, you know.
So can you stop saying about my live then? Because all your people are coming for me, win. I didn't have a problem with you, and I actually stuck up for you today. This was pissing me off. It's actually winding me up, because I got, even Kenzina's mum said, "Oh, about you being in the live, everyone else, that's fine, but I still had you in there. But yeah, I'm the one that dislikes YT people. No, keep them on. I want them to understand. I'm confused by their behaviour, Alex. Because even when I came in here, you was like, page this, page that, and I was like, everything you're saying that I've said is what Devon said, and I'm not Devon. I don't get what you want me to do."
Yeah, the only reason...
There's no need for me to go back and forth, and then you asking me questions about other black men. I can't answer them.
The only reason you're being... The only reason you're being mentioned, Paige, is because you...
It takes me 20 minutes to get in.
Oh, it's all right. The only reason you're being asked these questions is because you're the only one from that live that came over.
No, but I only came over. I told you that. You don't need to ask me when I came over for a specific reason. I don't think it was okay that people were saying Courtney did blackface. Because you're the one that would say, like, in these lives, everyone's going, oh, Paigey and all these other people, they make... Robert, just because you do that to your dad, not to mine. Just because you lot... You say to us.
Paigey,
you say to me, though, I always them, yeah? And I always make big things out of nothing, and it's not that, it's not that. Well, imagine now when we're not sitting here and someone's not actually done blackface. It's like people wanted me to be quiet. But we could have run on it. If we cared about... If we was race baiting like everyone says... We could have run on that and been like, Courtney, how dare you, run up the lives. But that's not what happened. People had a conversation in our group about her name. It got deleted. Same way as with yours. But she actually got told publicly and privately by her friends and educated, yeah? And was like, sorry. But no one did blackface. That's why I came over here, because I don't think it's fair, yet again, for the same type of people, when they've lied about me and lied about things I've said, when she hasn't done blackface. That's the only reason I came over here.
Okay, here's one. Do you recall, remember back in the day when you... Do you know when I hosted a live before, and obviously I allowed everyone to speak, and there was a racism thing that happened before, and I let you all come in my live and talk, you know, because everyone was saying there's no crowd that's allowing black people to come up in their boxes and speak. Do you not recall? Miss Red was off the app at the time. Do you remember that live? And I allowed you, and you and Devon was arguing about coming up, and I said I'm only going to let you all in one by one because I didn't want it to kind of be overwhelming for everyone. Remember that live? Yeah, there was 4K people in the live, right? I hosted a live for allow the black community to come in and to say their feelings, right? After that live, there was multiple lives, and I was getting run from pillar to post, getting slagged off, saying, "Why is there a white man hosting a live on racism? It's disgusting." This is the problem, and
you should have called me in.
But
you didn't call me in.
But that's a lie, Alex. That is a whole lie. We never said that it was disgusting.
I never said it. I never said it was you. I never said it was you.
No, but I'm saying
why didn't you call me up, Alex? Why didn't you message me or share me the lives when you said you allowed people of colour to come in?
No, because it's easy. It's easy though, isn't it? It's easy. It's easier just to brush over it and just move on with your life than keep bringing up the same thing over and over again, because then it becomes a content.
No, at the time they were saying this.
Because you know what it is with me? I don't care. I move on from situations on the app all the time, and do you know the reason why I do? Is because the more we keep bringing up topic, the actual importance of the initial thing that we're talking about gets overlooked. So while we're talking about petty people... No, but I'm just mentioning it now. You said the reason why.
But why then? I don't get it. If you're saying it takes it away now. If you didn't bring it up then. If you'd have shared the lives and people are saying, why is a white man discussing racism, I'd have happily come in and said, spaces should be there for all and everyone is inclusive to
But this is the thing. It did get mentioned before, but it got mentioned before on a live.
I don't know who said it, Alex. I don't know who said it, so how can I have an opinion on that?
But it got mentioned before. Multiple people have said it.
Not in my live, it's never been mentioned. I promise.
No, it's not
in my live, Alex.
Remember?
Oh my God, I'm not mentioning your live.
No one come to me in my live and said, why was you in
I'm not mentioning your live. This is what I mean. You keep making it about yourself.
But you're saying it to me. I don't get. So are you asking me my opinion? I don't get what you're asking. Why you're basing it to me? This is why I'm genuinely being serious. I'm confused.
Carry on. What are you saying, Kenzie and Asman?
Have you finished, Paige?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, Alex, what I was saying is nobody weren't saying, how can this white man be holding lives about us? And what we actually said was, because we clocked the behaviour, the pattern of behaviour very quickly, was we were saying, how can we be having these debates about racism in spaces that are predominantly white, that are unsafe for black people to hold their opinion? Because if you remember, around about that time, every time we tried to come up and speak, like we'd get your life would get disconnected and whatever not, because people would just be reporting. Do you know what I mean? So when we say, why don't you come over to our spaces? Like I mentioned earlier, I run an extremely safe space on this app. You get me? Like, in terms of, we don't take no nonsense from nobody in the comments. Yeah. And it may be because I've got a much smaller platform, so it's easier to manage. But the point is, when we look at the bigger picture and we're talking about wider issues in relation to racism, institutions and systems, we're just saying, like, come over here. Why do we always have to come over here? Like, it's burning me to even be in space today.
But why though? Why do you feel that way though, honestly?
Just because, like I said, when I first came in here, I made a comment, like, immediately get jumped on in it. And like I said earlier, because we have trauma from previous racist experiences, whether it happened yesterday, last week, last month, like whatever, whether it happened on TikTok, at the shop, at work, at the doctors, doesn't matter. We experience racism, and then when we come into these spaces and get attacked, it's okay for you to say, oh, when I get off the app, it doesn't affect me. But as we know, like with trauma, later on when I come off the app, like, not necessarily me, but I'm just using it as an example. If I was traumatized or really affected by some of these comments today, when I come off the app, what am I going to be thinking about? I'm not only going to be thinking about the racism that I've experienced in this live, I'm going to be thinking about the racism I experienced when I went to the shop last week. I'm going to be thinking about the racism that I experienced when I was at school. I'm going to be thinking about the racism that my daughter experiences when she goes to work. Do you understand? So we're not trying to be offensive. And I think sometimes if we all just were able to have these conversations and put our egos to the side for a minute and not think about, oh, it has to be on my platform or we've got to have this many numbers, we would get a lot further.
Yeah, and I understand that, but unfortunately on Drama Talk, there's going to be no safe spaces. You know what I mean, Kenzo? I understand what you're saying, but unfortunately we're on Drama Talk. There is going to be no safe spaces round, no matter how you monitor it and that. And you can have the best hosts, but there's still going to be people that are coming in the lives and trying to make it, you know, an unsafe place.
You're missing the point, Alex. You're missing the point. That's what I just said to you. I said I don't come over here because it's a safe space, but I'm in many other spaces on the app still talking about these topics. So what I'm saying to you is, maybe if you came out of your community 1 or 2 days a week and floated around in some other communities where you might feel uncomfortable because the majority is a black space and they're having conversations about their real life experience with YT people, maybe then you would understand what I'm trying to say.
I've been in a lot of them spaces.
Does that make sense? Like, we're not saying like, you get me, like.
I'm known from the debate lives, you know what I mean, Kenzino's mum. I'm known from the debate lives. I'm known for being in multiple different spaces, but I'm building my own platform. You won't see me in many rooms. I don't really go in many rooms. I pop in Miss Reds and I'll pop in Luke's now and again.
Exactly. That is the nail on the head. And this isn't a diss to you, Alex, right? But like, you get me, like, I study people, like, and this is the behavior that we're witnessing on this app, right? People get their community, they get a certain number of followers, and then their ego tells them, because we are all driven by ego, just some people's ego is bigger than others, but your ego will tell you, I have to just stay on my community and I have to be live every day because that's how the algorithm works. But all I just said to you is, why don't you take 1 or 2 days off and go and wander? And you've just said, oh, I used to do that, but I can't do that now because my platform's so big. So what are we doing?
No, it's not about being big, and it ain't about having an ego, mate. All it's about really is about my people wanting me to be live and me interacting with them, because that's what this app's about. It's about building a platform, building your own space and somewhere you find comfortable, so like-minded people come in and interact with you. That's what TikTok is. You know what I mean? And that's what I do. So it's not about egos and stuff like that. Not in my eyes anyway.
There when we were called yesterday and you come in going nuts about me. This is my point. You've just exactly what you said is the hypocrisy of it. Like, we were fine and cool as, like, you know, a TikTok friendship on this app. Like, we could be around to have debate. But when I've come in here, you just poach, like you said, you don't want everyone to stick it on you, or this happens around you, or when something happens, it gets put on you, and it's like your comments aren't you. But when I've just come in here, between you and the comments, but you've all just been like, oh, what do you think about this and what do you think about that then? Like, I'm not Devon. All I could come in to say was my things that I wanted to say, and then I'm getting, well, you spoke about my kid, and like all of this kind of stuff is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I also understand, but then when you're digging out people around Eva Queen, then it's the same situation as... they haven't said the comments, but you're digging them out around her.
No, I'm digging them out because they purposely, Alex, like, come over to my space.
I agree, though. I agree.
Like, no, the thing is, I'm not digging out all evils. Okay, so you know the ones that come in, like, I don't go around them. Like, I leave them to be. You know the ones that purposely put themselves in your face. Like, they want to be your mate. They want to be your savior. They're coming. These people have been asking me to do, like, live on racism, but then obviously thinking it's safe for me, but then I now know you're that close to Evil Queen that you're going to have her in your platform. So is it a safe space?
But I called that out last night in your live.
I didn't say that about you. I think everyone's forgetting in the comments, it was my fucking box Alex was in last night.
And I'm the one that called it out last night, if you recall what I said in the box.
No, you're not getting it. If I had a problem with what you said... Oh, you think I'm scared of you, Alex? Really, do you think I'm scared of you? Do you not think if I had a big problem, I'd have not called you out in the box last night?
Who's mentioning being scared? I know you're not scared of me. I don't want anyone...
No, as in, why would I not have said it to you in the... You know how I talk.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is, I addressed that. What you've just said there is right, and I addressed it last night. The word for word.
No, Alex, I'm talking about now, when Devon and that was calling you racist.
You're not listening. Yeah, but you're not listening.
No, you're not listening to my point. I'm talking about when they were calling you racist today.
Yeah, but you're not listening to what I was saying. I was trying to say what you've just said there, I agree with, because I brought it up last night, exactly the same what you're saying, and then you just jumped on me again, saying, no, I'm on about now. I'm saying, no, I agree with you, because I brought it up last night in the live.
No, I agree with you. What, you brought up yesterday before it happened? I don't get what you mean.
No, last night when you talk about, like, people being associated with, like, Eva Queen and that, I'm the one that said last night, when you're rubbing shoulders with people that are meant to be anti-racist and they're supporting Eva Queen, you can't align with them sort of people. Because at the end of the day, if they're supporting a racist in your eyes, or Someone's echoing.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about that, Alex. That's what I mean. It wasn't me not listening. I said today, I defended you today when people were saying, why was you in the box today when they were talking about it? So it wasn't me. Everyone saying, please don't listen. That's not what I meant. I meant there was no need for us to have a back and forth and you stick everything that you've heard in other lives, what everyone else said in my
Hazel,
head.
come back up, please, Hazel, because you've got an echo, mate, when you're on mute. Can you come back up? Thank you, Sally.
That's what I just meant. Do you not get that?
Yeah, I do.
Like it wasn't whatever Devon and everyone else says. Like it's not me. I had a thing, and I've explained the one thing I said to you why I said it, and then there was no need for anything else around it. Is my point.
Yeah, but while all this is going on now, and people are just having arguments and back and forth, Eva Queen's going to go live at 8 o'clock, and and just continue on with her life, and
Yeah, but she's going to go live. I've got a live at 9, but unless it's clout, no one cares. I'm still going to talk about it, Alex, and that's another thing. Like, just because you're saying no one's talking about it, please remember us smaller creators who are talking about it, but not everyone sees it. You are friends with me, so that's the only reason you happened to fall through to my live yesterday, yeah? If you didn't actually follow me, you wouldn't have been, the FYP wouldn't have directed you towards me.
Hayley, Paige, I'm not friends with you.
You actually fancy me, so stop lying.
I'm
this
not,
is really
we're not friends on the app, so I just happened someone said that you was talking about the situation. So
Alex, click my picture, Alex.
Oh no, this wasn't the live you was on, though, was it?
It was 2. I started with this one.
Yeah, the other one. The other one you weren't on there. Yeah,
you was in the
I
comments.
had a message saying that Paige's got a live in. That's why I chose to come in. It wasn't
Alex,
because you was friends.
We're friends on TikTok. Why are you trying to lie?
No, we're not. You know what, guys? I'm going to prove a point now. I'm going to put a post out. I'm not your friends on the.
Why is he trying to now?
One second, guys.
I'm not friends with Paige.
No, yeah. I'm going to prove a point now. You're a liar.
Why is he doing that?
You're a liar. I'm going to prove a point.
You're a liar.
No, you're a liar.
Guys. No, wait, look. I can't even green screen in the second one. We're literally mates.
Only on this one account, on Paige Baby 3 and that. I'm not your friend. You're a liar.
I wasn't on the Paige X3. I've been banned on that. I only got unbanned today, Alex.
No, but I didn't come in your live because we was friends. That wasn't the case. I didn't come across your live.
No, but you are friends with me because I didn't go live on my main. That wasn't the live I went live on.
Hello. Can anyone hear me?
Right,
Sorry,
Alex,
I really haven't got long because everyone, my house is wild. It's the holidays. I just wanted to say we spoke last night. I felt uncomfortable. I said it to you.
Yeah.
And we left it, right?
Yeah.
We said what we said and that was it.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
So this is how it went down today, and this is the truth because it's coming from me. We was in Courtney's live and we was just having a random conversation and we was busting two jokes in that live.
Yeah.
Devon felt like I wasn't being stuck up for in that live that night, even though I handled myself. That was his feeling. So he mentioned it. We had the conversation in Courtney's live, and then we ended that live and ended up on my live. And I wanted him to carry on because he didn't get to finish what he was saying to how he felt. So I said, right, how do you feel about it? I'm going to stand with what I stand with yesterday. If we're in a serious live, for me, I just don't like the jokes. That's not saying we can't joke when it's not serious, but when it's a serious matter, I just don't like the jokes. And then it became a place where we just wanted to express how we felt. Then it kind of went a little bit left because of the friendship situation or whatever that situation was. I dropped my life. I came out, I said, we're not doing this on the app. Obviously, you was Camtoon at that time. But that's how it started. I weren't going to bring it up today because I said what I said to you yesterday.
Yeah, and that's fair. And after you addressed it and that, did you hear me or say anything afterwards or anything?
No.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, for me, you addressed how you feel. I took it on board and thought, you know what? Fair enough, I should take, you know what I mean? But then I just sat back. I said, I'll stay. If you want to drop me, Paige, drop me. But I'll stay in the box, so obviously it'll bring more people into the live, you know what I mean? And that's what it was.
Right, so it obviously got brought up today and we was just expressing how we was feeling, and it wasn't to try to take away from EQ because we spoke about EQ last night. As you are aware and know, if you go into the small spaces, we talk about racism, we talk about ableism, we talk about these things. We just haven't got a big enough platform to let our voices be heard. You know, I'm allowed to express how I feel, like you're allowed to express how you feel, and we can also agree to disagree on an app too. And no one should feel offended by the way that we feel about something, if that's how it's making us feel, because we've all got emotions.
Yeah, of
course. I just say, Alex, your whole thing was like you didn't have an issue having a joke, yeah? Let's just point the hypocrisy on this app. So the comments you had a comment and you made a joke,
Yeah.
and your people are saying, well, what's wrong with that? Whether it's such a serious topic about people calling someone the N-word or whatever, you're allowed a joke. Space it out. So then when I've made a joke in a less serious time of the room now, it's all being called out within the comments. That's my point,
Yeah,
guys.
but I was
Like,
still getting branded. You need to understand that.
no, but a race is because of a race situation. My point was, how is it now turned into a same situation of hypocrisy where I'm a person of colour, but you're allowed to make a joke and your people are backing you, is what I'm saying. Not what me and everyone else feels. Your people in this room are backing you, saying like, yeah, you can make a joke, but I can't as the person of colour in this live now. Do you see the selectiveness on the app, is what I'm saying? Can you not see that?
The thing is, there's selectiveness across the whole board of
No,
this whole app.
why can't no one's ever answer
Sorry,
that?
sorry, Paige. I really got a drop, but I'm just saying, like, Devin felt how he felt. I felt how I felt. Paigey, Kenzina's mum, we was just having a safe space to literally bring out how we feel, and the comments are messy as hell, and we all know this. I'm gonna go drop.
There was a hidden agenda.
Alex, do you get what I
Hazel.
just mean?
Yeah, I do, but there was a hidden agenda today, Hazel. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Not from me, so say sorry. Enough being rude.
No, there was a hidden agenda
You was
today.
rude to me, say sorry.
No, I'm not going to apologise to you. You crazy.
Apologise.
Definitely not.
Right, that's really disgusting for no reason. So I got attacked for no reason. This is really messed up.
Sorry, before I drop, Alex, I just remembered, like, I actually came up here to address, you know, like, you were saying, like, about the Wagwan. What is it that you were asking or trying to insinuate?
Why did I jump up in the box and say it?
No, you said earlier that Wagwan, I think people were saying that you said that it's not Jamaican or it's
Oh,
not
no,
black.
my point was, right, is that, you know, when I said that and I jumped up in a box and then Devin said, that is black, what did he say, guys? What's the word now? I'll wait for the chat. I want to get it right. I don't want to spread misinformation. Oh, black terminology. That word is black terminology. And I said, well, there is white Jamaicans that speak patois. There is this, so it isn't just colour-based. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. And you are right about that. But then, like, is that language that you usually use outside of this app?
No,
With your friends?
No, but my friends do. All my friends do around me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I have a lot of people of colour as friends. You know, I've got family members, of course.
Yeah, no, and I know you do because I know where you're from. I know where you're from.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? So, but my point was, and I think maybe this is where it was a little bit misconstrued because the way it was relayed to me, or what I thought you were trying to say was, Wagwan is English, like, you know, Patwa is essentially like English, like, you know what I mean?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. Like,
Nah.
well, that's what I was just going to address. But for the people in the comments who do think that Pat was English, no, it is very much Jamaican. Wagwan is very much what we would say to each other in our community. Alex is absolutely right in terms of a lot of our British culture is actually heavily influenced by Caribbean and African culture. Now, how crazy is this? When my daughter was in secondary school, when I moved to South Birmingham, yeah, like, you know what I'm on about, innit, Alex?
Yeah.
When I say South Birmingham, yeah, she only had to do her last year of primary school over there. You know, she got a lunchtime detention, because she said Wagwan in the playground.
Crazy, isn't it?
You get what I'm saying? So it is just kind of like, and you know, like, thank you for explaining that to me. But yeah, just people, man, like, just take time with us, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying, like, you get me? Like, there's more serious stuff going on. I appreciate that your platform isn't for this, Alex. Like, I heard you when you said that, and you are entitled to do whatever you want with your platform. But what I would implore, especially people in the comments, like, you get me, like, what I would implore you to do is just explore a little bit. Don't stop in the same place, because TikTok is a very big place and you will learn so much more if you just explored. Thank you. That's it.
No worries, thank you.
Wow. Last one standing.
Paige,
Am I allowed to make it? No, I won't make a joke.